Hi and welcome. Let's go over the features of the RTV and the Futaba modified transmitter. I'm going to turn them both on and I'll go through what happens and what we can do. So one switch for that, power switch here, and you'll notice that nothing turns on right away except for the meter that actually indicates the battery level, the real battery level. Pardon me. So if the meter gets between the red and the green, it's going to shut down. So charge it. And where do you charge it? The charge port that came with the transmitter. I use a 9.6 volt nickel metal hydride battery. If you get a smart charger with a barrel jack on it, it'll fit right in there. No problem. First thing, I left the lights on. So, first switch, large flashlight. Second switch, small flashlight. Third switch is for the doors. If you want to access, take the battery out. You take the grill off. And this goes in really smoothly. Oh, I'm putting it in backwards. Yeah, it goes in smoothly if you do it the right way. There we go. So, now we'll close those off. Turn the lights off for now. Red switch is trap. So let's see what happens if you press the red switch. Trap, lights, smoke, great. Press it again. Trap, sound, sequence. If you don't like the noise, turn the noise off. If you don't want the lights and you want to reset the LED here and the ones on the trap, down with channel 2. Channel 1 is your steering. Channel 3 is your throttle. And 2, this one, and 4 are used for other things. So let's go over some of those things. And what have I got? I got a little cheat sheet here that tells me what those other things are. So if I want to turn off, turn off the sound, that's up, blah, blah, blah. Volume control, that is long toggle and black button. So I put the long toggle up, I press the black button. Inside, you get a visual representation. The visual representation is the volume, and if I want to decrease the volume, it keeps playing the sound at the current volume. So you can turn it down or up. And it gives you an idea. So when you're done, you press the black button, and it stores it in an EEPROM, so the next time you turn on your RTV, it'll be at that volume level. All right. After volume, we've got smoke on off. Well, let's say you're in a hospital and you're driving this thing around. I don't know why you'd be doing it in a hospital, but let's say you are, and you don't want smoke. Or you're in a non-smokers community and they don't like smoke. Let's see, smoke on off, channel 2 up, black button. Channel 2 up, black button. Nope, that's not it. Oh, I got the long toggle on, that's why. So before you move on to other things, make sure you close the doors and turn the long toggle off. That's kind of important. So let's try that again. Channel 2 up, press the black button.
Smoking.
Oh. So it's red here. I'm going to turn this around so you can see it. So the bar graph is red. Hopefully you can see that. And if you go down,
I don't like any smoking.
Tells you that smoke is off. If you go up,
Hot smoke, smoking, hot smoking.
tells you the smoke is on. I prefer the smoke on. I'm going to press the black button to store that in the EEPROM. Again, same thing. When you come back to it, after you've turned this off, it'll keep that setting. All right. Next, the Ghostbusters demo, hip-hop demo, and long demo. I will go over the demos second to last. They're a bit longer. siren and rear LED. Channel 2 up, red button. All right, let's try that. So the doors are closed. Channel 2 up, press the red button. Oops. So I left channel 2 up too long, and it actually silenced the sound. So let's do this again. There. So you got the ecto siren, and it'll die out in a few seconds. All right, we're on to page 2. Come on, die out for me, would you? There you go. All right. Next, door limit setup. So, how handy would it be if your doors weren't exactly where you wanted them? I'll give you an example in a second. We'll go channel 4 left and black button.
Door setup.
Tells you you're in the door setup mode. And with this, you can, down is more closed. And this will be the first setting for this door. So if I wanted to have it open only to there all the time, I don't know why anyone would do that. Let's put it open to a decent spot. Right there. That's a good spot. Press the button. The yellow LED lights. It goes to the closed position. It's in a closed position I like. I press the button. It indicates now we're doing some interesting stuff here. Let's close. Okay, so do I want it all the way down here? No, I don't. There is a little bit of interference in this, isn't there? Wow. There we go. Open. And the last one will be closed. And I like that. Closed. Done. It's quite jittery, isn't it? Just close the doors. And open them. They're where we want them. No, I should turn off the LED at the back there by pushing this down. All right, so we've done that. So make smoke. Channel 4 right and black button. Now that just makes smoke. Whether it's open, whether it's closed, you can see the smoke coming out. It'll just make smoke for 4 seconds and run the pump for another 4 seconds. So if we had the doors open, we could do the same thing, which is, right, what did we say? Make smoke was channel 4 right and black button. You making smoke in there? Yeah, it's making smoke in there. That's really cool. All right, good enough. Close the doors as soon as it's done smoking. So the bar graph. When the bar graph is capturing, you can either have it in yellow or you can have it in red if you want to be very evil. We're changing the color of the bar graph from yellow to red. We do this again.
What is yellow?
Our little minions say it's yellow, or our little minions say it's red. All right. When you're done with that, turn the light off. All right. Bar graph. So, turn off the ESC and the motor. So if we want to turn off the steering and the throttle, yeesh, glad that didn't go. What we do is we go channel 4 right and red button.
No zoom.
And it says no zoom. And if we want to, so now, no throttle, no steering. So it turns off the ESC. And if you want to turn it back on, same thing again.
Zoom, zoom.
You get zoom, zoom, and you get zoom, zoom. And so the idea behind that is that if you are handing your transmitter over to someone who you know is not a competent driver,
No zoom.
give them the no zoom version and they can do other stuff. They can run the smoke. They can run the demos. They can do other things without it being a big worry. Okay, so let's say your RTV gets out of range. I'm going to turn it off and simulate that. So it's off. You lose contact. Now, after a couple of seconds, the transmitter wants to tell you, I can't get in contact with it. You better do something about it. Well, that's what it's doing, is telling you. And one of the reasons I did that is I would turn them both on, and I would turn this off, and there was nothing on here to say that it was off other than the light going off. And then I would come to it 6 hours later and realize I'd left it on because the meter was starting to inch down towards the red zone, and it was a little frustrating. So I thought, it'd be better to tell people, turn it off. Now, it'll come back on. There you go. It's back connected. Now, if the opposite is true, if the RTV loses contact with the transmitter, it opens the doors, turns off the lights, puts the steering. Well, let's do that. I'll turn this back on and I'll show you if it's running all of what happens. All right. So steering is this way. We're gonna run it. Well, it's okay. Did it set the steering straight? No, it didn't. Well, I was pretty sure I wrote the code to set the steering straight, but it does turn off the motor. Huh. Well, that's pretty weird. Let's turn this back on. So when it gains the connection again, the doors should close and the steering wheel should go straight. Yeah, it does. So let's just see if we can get this going slowly here. I turn it off and it stops. I turn off the transmitter and the motor stops and the doors open to tell you you've lost the signal. Those are little things for safety that are a big deal. This thing's got a steel bumper on it, and before I did that, I got plowed right in the shins with it when I didn't have that feature, and it really hurt. Gotta tell you, it really hurt. All right, what's next? Futaba, both. Oh, right. So, if your flashlights are both flashing on this thing when you start it up, it's because there's a hardware problem. And that means look at your wiring on the receiver. It's a little thing. Demos will start. Oh, right. Okay, so let's go over that. One more thing. I'm handing this thing over to someone who's not got a lot of experience, but I want to let them steer. I want to let them run it around, but I don't want to give them... I'm going to hold on to this when I do this. I don't want to give them that speed. So, you turn off your transmitter. Right. You hold the black button while you're turning on the transmitter. These both LEDs will flash slowly, very slowly, 3 times to tell you are in super slow mode. So super slow mode doesn't affect your steering, but it does affect your throttle. And what it does is it limits the throttle to about 1/5 or walking speed. It just slows it down a lot, and it makes it a lot easier for people who aren't experienced to drive it. I actually use it when I'm in the house because having this at full speed in the house is a little scary. So if you want to turn that off, just turn off your transmitter, turn it back on, and it always comes back in regular mode unless you're holding the black button while you turn it on. All right, demos. Let's go with the hip hop demo first, which is channel 2 down and black button. So the doors are going to open, the green lights are going to come on, and if you want to synchronize with another RTV that's got the same mods, it's when you let go of the button that the demo starts. So I let go, and the demo starts. you can drive during the demo. I didn't show that, but it's fine to drive during the demo. Now, the Ghostbusters demo, I actually recorded one with 3 RTVs. All the doors are open. Okay, and 3, 2, 1, go. And then there's the low and slow. There's a long demo, let's call it. Well, that is what I call it, long demo. Long demo, it says channel 2 down and red button. Now let's say you're, oh, I don't know if that started. Channel 2 down, red button, come on, start. There we go. It starts when the bar graph lights up. I'm hoping you can see that, but I don't think you can. Anyway, maybe if I turn this sideways, you'll be able to see it. Let's just start this again. I show you for sure this time, no lying. Okay, hopefully you can see that. What was that again? Channel 2 down and black button. Nope, that's hip-hop, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Alright, turn that off. Long demo is channel 2 down and red button. Yeah, I knew that. Totally knew that. I was just testing you. See if you knew. Channel 2 down, red button. Come on, start. This red button is a bit temperamental, I think. Oh, there you go. So that's the start. The bar graph starts. The idea behind this one is that about every 20 seconds, something happens. So let's say you're just leaving it alone somewhere, but you want it to be a little bit animated. And this thing will go on pretty much until the batteries are dead, or unless you tell it to turn off by turning it off or doing something on the transmitter. So there, it was pretty simple, just bar graph. Eventually it'll do some door things, it'll do a little dance with the flashlights, it'll run a little smoke. If your smoke is off, it won't, but if your smoke is on, it'll run. One of the reasons I wanted to do that is I want to have this on my back as a backpack when I'm at a con, when I'm not using it, and I still want it to do stuff. So that's what this mode is for. Anyway, there you go. It's doing some stuff. And to stop it, let's see, what are we going to do to stop it? No, that's what we do to stop it. I knew there was something. Yeah, I know. I programmed it. You think I can remember everything? That's why I have a cheat sheet. It's not easy remembering all this stuff. Both our TV flashlights. All right, we did that, did that, did that, did that. Did that. Okay, I think we got almost everything covered. On the RTV, there's a couple of improvements that I've made other than the electronics, and that is for a little bit of resilience. One is a spring-loaded handle, and it's not actually spring-loaded. It's got a bungee cord in it, and I can tell you that it's fantastic. This thing has been downstairs. It's done a lot of stuff, and this no longer breaks the insides of the RTV when it hits. It can get pretty drastic when it does some stuff, but you know, that's life. I've also spring-loaded. Man, that is such a godsend. I have run this thing into everything, and you can see them. They're in great shape. And the other part that's amazing is you run it into stuff, and it doesn't matter. They still light up. Oh, I forgot to turn this on. I'll say that again. It doesn't matter. They still light up. There you go. It was bound to happen sometime. I've opened the doors. I'm going to turn it off now. They're open. I'll turn this guy off. Get it out of the way, and I'll show you guys what this looks like. Now, I've got it on a stand. Hands of Gozer. Love it. Try and show you like this. Well, how about I show you like this? Open. This piece is a little fan and the inside LEDs. It's attached with come on, a little rubber hose here, you take that off in order to get the battery out. So I'm going to unplug the battery, and I'm going to start ever so gently, release the Velcro, pull it forward a bit, and try not to break my vapor, what do you call that? Cartomizer. And get the battery out. So there, battery's out. If I want to take the cartomizer out, I don't have to take the battery out, but since I just did, I'll take this right out as well. The bottom part is all screwed in tightly, so you can just take the, trying to show you, but it's, there. You can take that out as well, and it's got lots in it, so I'll just put that one back. Rather than charge it inside the RTV, you can take it out and put in a different one. How handy. Handy. Alright, so let's get another one in. Now, I'm going to say it's a bit of a challenge. It's finicky. Not impossible, because I do it often. Oh, right. First things first, make sure that you have a hold of the power, because you don't want that to be underneath. This one goes in at a bit of an angle, like so. Yeah, it sure does. Come on. Get in at a bit of an angle. Connect the power. And then put this back on the e-cigarette, the cartomizer. And that one. Now you may be asking, why did you do it this way? Well, it's the only orifice big enough to get the battery in and out of, and you gotta have lights facing up. So what are you gonna do? You put the lights on top of the battery, and you make it work. Oh, that's not on there properly. That's right. There we go. There, that goes in quite nicely. You can see. There we go. It should be just a little bit of a lip here. You can see just a tiny bit of a lip right here. And that's done. And if we turn this back on, and this, well, it should close by itself. There you go. So now the doors are closed. And Bob's your uncle. And it's all good. Don't worry about it. Yeah, I'm gonna put this back on here because I like having Gozer holding my trap. I think it's cool. Cool. Oh yeah, vegetable glycerin. That's what I was told to use. That was something I found out a while back. Vegetable glycerin. I'm going to say that like 100 times. Vegetable glycerin. Because this glycerin USP, just straight glycerin USP that doesn't say vegetable glycerin, burns your eyes if you put it in this thing. It's horrible. Yeah, so don't use that. Just use vegetable glycerin. And this one's also USP grade. Well, this one's bottled in Canada, but I'm sure vegetable glycerin will be fine wherever you're from. All right, that's it.